So we've got a lovely another question from ND. What are the tips for someone who's just starting? I had sales experience back in India, but that was different. Here it's quite different. So what tips for somebody that is coming into sales, and this is tech sales, for the first time for them, Kirsten?
Yeah, again, just similar to what I said before, do as much research as you can. Neil's got a fantastic podcast that you can definitely listen to with a lot of sales leaders and a lot of experience on that. So it's good to kind of understand other people's journeys as well and kind of where they've came from to where they want to go as well. Again, like my sales career, I started out as a part-time job in Sports Direct and the Works when I was at college. So if you told me in 10 years' time you'd be an SDR for Patchworks, I'd be like, no idea what you're talking about. Don't even know what an SDR is. So brilliant. So yeah, just enjoy the journey. Do as much research as you can. LinkedIn's amazing. There's a lot of great communities in LinkedIn. I feel like following a lot of people, especially in this call, will do the world of good to kind of gain a lot of knowledge and speak to a lot of good people that have seen and done a lot of good things as well. So I definitely say that. And again, if you're going into a role or you're looking into a role at a specific company, try and reach out to salespeople that are already within that business and try and pick their brain to kind of figure out what the business is like, how their journey looks. If you can grab a sort of virtual coffee with them, most of the time, 9 times out of 10, they're more than happy to kind of have that and share sort of best practice that way as well. Like again, like my DMs, Neil's DMs are always open. So if you ever want to grab a coffee, pick our brains, that's probably the best way to kind of go about it. But just believe in yourself is probably one of the best bits of advice I've had and taken into anything, any walk of life I've went down, and just enjoying it. Don't be scared. No question's a silly question. Just enjoy what you're doing and do as much as you can.
Love that. Thank you very much, Kirsten. And that's for Nitesh. Hopefully, Nitesh, that has helped you out. And just to add on to that as well, I've managed people that have come from sales in other industries and then coming into tech sales for the first time. The number one thing here is you have a lot of transferable skills that you can bring with you. So, for instance, if it's having customer conversations, if you've done 360 sales, or you've managed processes, or you've done prospecting, but coming into tech sales, like as we've said in a lot of these sessions, first thing is go understand your company as to why they exist and what are the problems they're solving and how do they do that. Who are their top customers and why did those customers buy from them? And you can typically go on your website from your case studies and see those stories and learn those stories as well. And then obviously the kind of tech stack you may be using may be different. So you may have a dialer like Salesfinity, and hopefully that makes Mohammed smile. But then you may have prospecting tools like Ample Market to help you with your outreach. But coming into this thing of take the pressure off yourself of having to be a top performing salesperson and go into learning mode. Like within the first couple of months, you're going to be learning a lot of new things, terminology, and it becomes quite overwhelming. But having those chats with your manager to understand why do we do this? What does that mean? And to Kirsten's earlier point, there is no such thing as a silly question. As a manager, my mantra used to be there's no such thing as a silly question, but it's silly if you don't ask. So be always asking questions on that as well. So hopefully that helps, Nitesh.